When you go onto your favorite social media platform and go to the main browsing page, you have probably noticed that what you are seeing is only stuff you like and what has been tailored for you specifically. We call these filter bubbles. Most people think very basically about filter bubbles and only think of them as them seeing sports in their feed because they like sports.
Is this the dagger? Back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Or movies.
Are you not entertained?
Or video games.
Crashy's gonna be dead. Cleans up finesse. Oh, victory!
But the truth is, filter bubbles are much more complex. Oxford Reference defines a filter bubble as a phenomenon whereby the ideological perspectives of internet users are reinforced as a result of the selective algorithmic tailoring of search engine results to individual users, as reflected in recorded data such as search history, click data, and location. In simpler terms, a filter bubble is when a person's search results are only tailored to their ideologies and beliefs, which causes them to become more firm in these beliefs and lead to confirmation bias. A TED Talk by Eli Pariser shows a fantastic example of this in a more lighthearted and a not as serious sort of example. After the TED Talk is done, I will then show you some interviews showing you that everyone is in a filter bubble no matter what you think.
A couple of weeks ago, I asked a bunch of friends to Google Egypt and to send me screenshots of what they got. So here's my friend Scott's screenshot, and here's my friend Daniel's screenshot. When you put them side by side, you don't even have to read the links to see how different these two pages are. But when you do read the links, it's really quite remarkable. Daniel didn't get anything about the protests in Egypt at all in his first page of Google results. Scott's results were full of them, and this was the big story of the day at that time. That's how different these results are becoming.
All right, would you say you're more of a sports fan or like a modeling fan?
Sports.
Sports? What kind of sports?
Soccer.
All right, so when you open Instagram, are you more likely to see soccer or modeling?
Soccer.
This may seem trivial at first, but this extends to way more serious topics and not just small topics like soccer. All right, do you personally identify yourself more as a liberal or a conservative?
Liberal.
All right, when you're on social media, do you see more pro-liberal content or pro-conservative content?
Pro-liberal.
Though we have only been focusing on the not-so-serious examples of filter bubbles, it is time to move on to a more serious topic. This is a quote shared from Russi.org. The recommender system of one social media platform, YouTube, prioritizes extreme right-wing material after interaction with similar content, supporting the findings of a previous study. If you have ever been on the platform YouTube, you probably have noticed that as soon as you watch a video, the next videos that load up are fairly similar to that video. This can cause a person to start watching a simple political commentary or more right-wing news video, and then go into a rabbit hole where they slowly start to get more and more radical videos in their feed as they slowly start to associate with that and not seeing the whole picture. The same thing also applies to the opposite side of politics. Going even further down the rabbit hole, I would like to share a quote from pubpub.org, and bear with me because this is a long one. The internet makes it easier for like-minded people to find each other. White supremacist content that used to be difficult to find is now easily accessible and increasingly mainstreamed. Organizations like Islamic State use social media to recruit participants, while the vast majority of far-right interactions take place on social media platforms, using aesthetics deeply influenced by internet youth cultures. And since 2016, disinformation researchers have generated an extensive body of literature looking at how far-right activists disseminate their messaging into the mainstream media. The internet can be used to radicalize people in order to try and induce them into dangerous and worrisome causes. White supremacist groups are currently using social media to try and push their cause and get more people to join them using social media as their main weapon. The people joining these groups have already had a history of association with some of their beliefs, so the algorithm specifically shows them this content knowing that they will watch it. Even in the recent conflict in Israel, we can see these tactics being used by Hamas. In a quote from the Washington Post, they explain, "Hamas has shared Telegram messages designed to strengthen supporters' resolve, stir up anti-Israel rage in neighboring countries, defend its militants' brutality, and induce sympathy to the plight of Gaza." Filter bubbles are not something that is not that serious and not that worrisome. This war in Israel and Palestine has killed around 22,000 total people, most of those being from Palestine on the Gaza Strip. Filter bubbles are a massive problem as they isolate people into only thinking and seeing what they believe in and what they see online. Filter bubbles lock people up in an echo chamber where they only talk and communicate with other people who think the same. We as a society need to be able to look at the broader picture and be able to look and inform ourselves on all sides of the story to get the full picture.